Hello again. Now, there's been a noticeable decline in both the numbers of pupils who do mathematics in school or take mathematics as a subject in school, and also their performance. The decline is mostly attributed to a shortage of qualified maths teachers. And there's also perception among pupils that maths is a difficult subject. Well, today marks International Day of Mathematics, and we are joined by a maths teacher now, Divine Muland, who's going to share with us a little bit about her story. Divine, welcome to today. Thank you very much for your time. So you've always been good at maths. I mean, was maths one of your favorite subjects?
It definitely was. It definitely was. Throughout high school, I did really well in maths. So yeah, it's always been my subject.
Okay, lovely. So I understand you used to work in the corporate world until recently, and then you decided you want to help our education system to deal with the maths problem. Why?
So I think when I was in corporate, I really realized that I'm just chasing the money and my heart is not here. And I still found myself tutoring students during my time in corporate. So it just only made sense to follow my dream and to follow my passion. And that's how I ended up in education.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the numbers in terms of South Africa's positioning, whether it's the, what do you call it, the TIMSS assessment that they do, the global one. I mean, South Africa is ranking low, and there's not been much improvement going up, and there's less numbers of people who are taking up mathematics at school, and they say it's a hard subject. How do you respond to a people who says, hey, ma'am, maths is very hard, I don't want to do it?
So I think one of the nice things, especially now the position I'm in at a school called Centennial Schools, I've been grateful enough to be able to introduce maths in a different way. So in a sense that I think with this new generation, they want to do something that they relate to. So I found ways to introduce maths, art in the maths classroom. I found ways to introduce other topic of maths that they would never be exposed to. So I think that exposure has opened a lot of the students to that, you know, it's not just the small world that they are exposed to, and it makes them willing to actually want to learn and to try different areas of mathematics.
Yeah, hopefully that way can help. So are they finding it helpful? Are they getting engaged? Are they really tackling maths now with your new approach in your institution?
Definitely. The students at Centennial Schools are really enjoying maths. Yes, you do have the hiccups where here and there they'll be like, you know what, ma'am, I'm struggling, but I think the environment allows me to really give them that one-on-one attention. I'm able to help them work through exercise. We're able to work together as a classroom. And I find that that approach has really helped change their perspective on maths. So I would like to say that my methods are working.
Yeah, and are you seeing improved performance in terms of pass rates and so on as well?
I am. I think one of the things with maths is that you have to put in the work. So if I sit with the students and I find that they are putting in the work, they're booking some time to see me, I have seen quite an improvement in their results. For those that are not putting as much work, obviously, I think it's really hard to see that improvement that they want to see. Maths is a subject where you have to sit down to actually do it and to get better at the subject.
Yeah, so even if you've introduced a new method that you are helping them with, people still have to put in the hard work. I'm just wondering, you said the new generation, they like to learn maths in terms of a way that's relatable to them, what you are using there to make sure that they grasp the concepts that you are teaching. What about careers? What kind of math-centric careers today? I mean, if your people were sitting with you and say, ma'am, I'm enjoying maths, so in future, I mean, what's the landscape like in terms of careers today?
So I think for me, what I've seen, one of the biggest maths careers is two things. So it's to become a quantitative analyst. I feel like in the quant space, in investment banks, the mathematicians are really doing well. I think we forget that with maths, you're not employed because of a specific skill, you're employed because you can think a certain way. And I think that space is really good. And the one big thing is data science now. You know, you're taught to analyze trends. You are taught to use mathematics to make sense of numbers. And I think that those two careers or those two industries are extremely booming right now. And it creates such an opportunity for math students to get into.
Yeah, you've got this wonderful experience having worked in corporate and moving into the education sector, following your heart to serve the education sector in this way. What are the lessons you think you could share broadly? Because South Africa, we rank very low each time this TIMSS assessment is done at all the grades, whether it's grade 5, grade 6, right up to matric, and people don't even achieve a 50% pass mark in matric in terms of mathematics. What would you share? I mean, if Angie Mutsecha called you and said, please, Divine, how can we do this maths thing differently? What would you share?
So I think one of the big things is employing teachers that are passionate about their subject. I think the passion that you feel as a teacher really goes through to the students. I think finding ways to introduce technology in the subject is quite helpful, and finding activities that can make mathematics more relatable to the students is one of the big things that I feel like the average teacher can implement in their classroom, just so that they can give the students the relatability. You know, another big thing would be having different people in the industry come and talk. I think one of the fascinating things for me is in my honors year of mathematics, all of us chose such different career paths. So there's so much to do in the world of mathematics, and if the students are exposed to the different type of jobs, the different industries they can go through, I don't think they would be as scared to put in the work so that they can do well in maths.
Yeah, I didn't ask you, what grade are you teaching? What grades are you teaching?
Our school at Centennial is recently opened. So we currently have grade 7, 8, 9, and 10, and I teach the grade 8s, 9s, and 10s. And as the school grows, we will have grade 10 and grade 12 at the end of 2025.
Thank you very much for your time and sharing some of your insights and your journey as a mathematics teacher. That's Divine Muland. She's a maths teacher for those grades that she has just explained from Centennial's schools.